Hello everyone, this is Gordon Jones. I want to welcome you to the presentation where we're going to be talking about the relationship between Lifelog Health and World Global Network. And as you can see on our screen, we've got the Hilo LX up there along with the Lifelog logo from World Global Network. And wanted to introduce our firm Lifelog Health, which is a digital health information technology consulting and managed services company where we're making wearables and the Internet of Things useful in healthcare. So as we get started, what we're going to be doing is really talking about the industry overall at first, and then kind of move into World Global Network itself and the Hilo and some of the other products, and then how Lifelog Health is leveraging all of that to bring the Hilo LX wearable into healthcare. So I hope you appreciate the learning exercise here, and let's just get started. Well, first of all, I'd like to talk about Wayne Gretzky. All of you guys know Wayne Gretzky. He's the Canadian hockey player who's now in the United States. And he's always talked about how he always skated to where the puck is going to be, not where it's been, when he talks about his success. So basically, you know, we can't see what's going on now. What we need to do is see what's going on in the future and go after that. And that also leads into, of course, what Bill Gates says. The secret of success in business is in detecting where the world will go and get there first. And what many people do not know is Bill Gates is not an innovator. Bill Gates is a savvy business guy. As a matter of fact, he didn't invent Windows. He bought DOS for $50,000 in the 70s and turned that into Windows. And because of the way he structured the company and his deals with IBM and other clients, he was able to leverage that capability and expand it around the world and maintain ownership. And that's why he's the richest guy in the world now. So something we certainly want to emulate and understand. So in regards to the wearable technology market, Forbes says that in this past year, 2016, we sold over 123 million wearable devices, and that the wearable technology industry will be at $34 billion by 2020. They basically project that about 411 million devices will be sold in just 2020. This is confirmed by the CCS Insight Global Wearables Forecast. And as you can see in this picture, it breaks down all the different sectors of wearables, the volumes and the value of the companies that will be bringing them to market. And then also specifically to our discussion today are the wearables around the wrist. So you got the wristbands, they split that out from the watches, but that's really what our pinpoint area is the wrist. And they project that 274 million wearables in the wrist space will be sold in 2020. So if you could go back to 2009 when Fitbit was started and they launched their growth of their company into a multi-billion-dollar company, you know, would you have done that? So just think about that as we have our conversation today. So for all of you MBAs out there, you'll register this as the bell-shaped curve in the business cycle. And I've converted this into the opportunity life cycle. But basically it's under the same premise in that the innovators, they develop the products and they bring them to market. And then you have the early adopters who, these are the guys that are standing in line at the stores waiting for the product to hit the shelf so they can be the first ones to buy it and use it and show it off and all that. Then you have the early followers, and this is what Jeffrey Moore calls the inside the tornado. So this is when things start to really scale up for companies that are being successful. And then you get into early majority. And the great thing about the early majority is that even though we get to the apex, the peak of the sales and the revenue and the volume, we still have 50% of sales and revenue to go. But that's no problem because we're still in the very early stages of the game. We're really at the forefront of this. I mean, between now and 2020, we have so much opportunity in front of us that we just should not miss this opportunity. All we have left is to scale up, ramp up, and sell a lot of Hilos. So that's what we're talking about today. Now, I am specifically talking about how healthcare really needs wearable devices. And they're moving towards adopting of this, but But basically in this slide, we're talking about what today is called population health, and how do population health management solutions help the U.S. health system and other health systems evolve from what's called fee-for-service. So that means you go to the doctor's office, you either pay cash or the insurance company pays for while you're at the doctor's office, and really not much more after that, to where we're moving to what we call value-based healthcare under what is trending into becoming the management of a whole population. So it might not be the whole U.S. Really what it is a market. So the population in a specific market might be assigned to either a health plan or a health system that might encompass more than one hospital, and then the doctors in that community, and then also engaging the public health and community health services that are out there to really help manage that population's health status. And so this is what we're talking about today. We're moving to this pretty rapidly. Obamacare kicked it off, and we're moving that from the standpoint of a process. But one of the things that we really need to make this happen is the information systems. And Obamacare funded a lot of opportunities for doctors and hospitals to adopt electronic medical records. But the problem with that is it's all internal and based in, and they're not really sharing that. So one of the things that we really need to have access to in order to manage a population is the data. And not just within a hospital or a doctor's office or a pharmacy. We need to aggregate that data through what we call health information exchange platforms. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But for right now, we're specifically talking about wearable data. And what is wearable data? Well, it's personally generated health data. As you can see from the illustration here, you know, the man and the woman there are so many devices that are being developed today that are considered wearables, that they could be your smartphone, of course, a watch like an Apple Watch, a Samsung Watch, or a Fitbit, or a Hilo. And then, of course, the glasses, you got the Google glasses, and you've got the World's Wear coming out soon as well. If you want to learn more about what personally generated health data is, you can go to the lifeloghealth.com website and click on the research and news page in order to learn more. Here it is, the Hilo LX Wellness Band. This is what we're talking about. This device generates personally generated health data. And we're going to talk about how important that is in the use of physicians and other health consultants making their care decisions about individuals that they're caring for. So if you don't know, the Hilo LX uses photoplasmography technology produced by a biosensor chipset that was created by Toshiba. And you can read here just to see what the process is, but basically it's an infrared light that emits through the skin. It analyzes that light, and that's how we come up with the data that is generated from the Hilo biosensor. Okay, photoplasmography, remember that, or PPG. And check it out, you can learn more on our website as well. So basically what happens is through the Hilo is we're able to, and we're the only device that I have found that we're able to capture all of these different measurements, and we call them estimations because we're not a diagnostic tool, we're not approved by the FDA. I've talked about that in another presentation. But what we are able to do is estimate blood pressure, an ECG, heart rate, breath rate, and then that data is analyzed to determine an energy level, sleep quality, so both your REM and your light sleep, and then how often you woke up during the hours that you were asleep, your activities such as steps, distance, and even your calories burns based upon that activity. And in the future, this year, we should have the ability to estimate blood oxygen, blood alcohol, and blood sugar. So we're really looking forward to that. Within the apps that were developed for the Hilo, some of the functions there are My Report, which really is an overview of all of your data in one place. The Health Plan, which dictates how often you can tell the Hilo to take your measurements, anywhere between 30 minutes and 120 minutes. So basically that would be 48 times a day or 12 times a day. Then the WeCare application, which allows you to share your data with other Hilo users, and that's up to 20 who are using the Hilo app. So you share your data right through their Hilo app. The SOS function, which is the GPS emergency notification that can go to 3 people you've designated via email or text messaging. The Guardian, that allows you to set parameters of your estimations so that it can create alerts. And then finally is the Lifelog journal, and that's where all your data is being aggregated and held so that you can enable other applications or enable doctors, health consultants, or whoever you want to see your whole data profile. Here's the user interface, what we call UI. I like the way that I framed this up so we can kind of see all the reports together. And then here is really the most important part of the whole story. So personally generated health data. As I illustrated earlier, we need this type of data. This is what we call trending data. So this is the important thing about personally generated health data trending over time is, and this is the type of information that doctors do not get today. They get the information that you provide to them when you go into the office visit. And that's what we call episodic data. Right then, one time, and then you're done. So this is the type of data that's generated from wearables that allows us to see what's going on outside of the clinical setting, what's going on throughout your life on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, lifetime basis. And we don't do this today. And the Helo is the first device that allows us to do this in an easy format with one device, all the data points, and then being able to trend them over the lifetime that you're wearing that Helo. Just nobody has this kind of data today. And this is what is important about personally generated health data, wearable devices, and serving our needs and under value-based healthcare today. And of course, all of you have seen this before. There's no comparison to the Helo LX wearable health band. I mean, none of these devices do everything that the Helo does and what we'll be doing in the future. So this is a very good reference. And our price point is actually going to be going down very soon. So we look forward to that as well to be even more competitive. And for those who don't know, World, they were established 6 years ago. They grew worldwide very rapidly, and they became a publicly traded company in the United States and recently moved their headquarters here and then set up their North American Customer Service Center in Salt Lake, Utah. So we're very happy for that. World is publicly traded under WRMT, and you can go out and see what the stock has been doing since May of last year. Fabio Galdi is the founder and CEO of the company, and his vision is to be the largest consumer-to-consumer or network marketing technology-based company in the world, and we want to help him do that. Now, for those who don't know, they sold over 200,000 of the Helo Classics, basically sold out in February, March, and they had already started developing the Helo LX version 2 on the new Toshiba chipset and had pre-orders for the Helo LX of 100,000. That's unprecedented. And those have been basically all shipped out this month, and we're starting to get on track for current orders being delivered between 7 and 10 business days, and also hitting a sales volume by the end of the year of 1 million Helos. So we're looking forward to that. And I think really it's going to take healthcare to get there. But for those who don't know about network marketing or have a bad connotation of network marketing, I want you to look in your stock portfolio and see if you own any shares in Berkshire Hathaway. For all you that don't know, Berkshire Hathaway was founded by Warren Buffett, the investment guru, who's nobody's done any better than him ever in the world. His company owns 3 network marketing companies. So Berkshire Hathaway owns Kirby Corporation, World Book, and Pampered Chef. So all of these are companies that are structured in direct sales and network marketing, and Warren Buffett loves the business model. So just so you know, if you own shares in Berkshire, or if not, you just love what Warren Buffett does and what he preaches, then know that he loves network marketing companies. So a little bit about myself. I have my master's and my doctorate in health administration from the Medical University of South Carolina. I've spent 25 years in digital health and technology, and actually the last 2.5 years specifically in the wearable health space. over the years have generated over 200 million in new revenue. Before I got into healthcare, I did 2 tours in the Army with the 82nd Airborne Division. I was also a world champion beach ultimate player, went to Worlds twice, won silver the first time and gold the second time. I'm the father of 5 children, and my oldest daughter has our granddaughter, so we're very proud of that. And I'm the husband of one. And then also the son of parents who are aging at home, and that's very important to our mindset today in regards to the helo and how the helo can help both on the biometrics, but then also on the SOS. If there's an emergency, we can respond pretty quickly. And so that's why I like the helo. However, if you know anything about healthcare, you know healthcare is traditional, conservative, and they don't want to hear anything about network marketing or multi-level marketing. So once I got into working with helo and representing helo into healthcare in January of this year, I quickly realized that what we needed to do was have an entity to represent the helo in healthcare, not just me directly and representing World. So just like all World Global Network reps, we created an account called lifeloghealth.worldgn.com, but to specifically serve healthcare. And then we founded Lifelog Health as a South Carolina LLC, basically determined it to be a digital health information consulting and managed services company. And what does that mean? Basically, we're partnering with World as a distributor, but focused on being the bridge between the network marketing and the consumer-to-consumer business of World, and how healthcare likes to acquire technology, and that's through business to business. They want a consulting or tech firm to bring the technology into healthcare and help them design the programs and then deploy those programs for them. So they're not very good at doing that themselves, so they hire companies like Lifelog Health to do that for them. And because we're representing World, we'll be bringing the helo into that business. So basically, Lifelog Health provides solutions that help healthcare adopt the helo wellness band, providing them a HIPAA-compliant data exchange and medical interoperability platform. So that basically means we're going to connect to World and pull that data in a format that's HIPAA-compliant and will allow healthcare to adopt that data. Then we also have a dashboard application to view all helo data of a patient or member population. So we talked about the WeCare platform that allows you to share your data, with 20 other helo users. Our dashboard will enable a doctor, a hospital, or care coordinator, or a health plan to be able to view their whole patient or member population that's using the helo in one place. And we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. We're also creating a billing service that we can't say it will, but it may cover the cost of the helo and the monthly subscription in the future, and we're working diligently on getting that done. Here's an overview of the Mint platform. This is our medical interoperability platform we call Mint, and basically, as I talked about, it will be pulling through the open API of World the helo data for those healthcare organizations that have been authorized by the helo wearer to see and use their data in their clinical decisions. Okay, very important. That's all HIPAA compliant, high-tech compliant. It helps healthcare providers actually be more efficient and compliant with regulations both by Medicare and the health plans and their state regulations as well. And then our dashboard, it looks something like this. Right now we're pulling Fitbit data through our dashboard, but we want to include the helo data into this, and it basically allows the care coordinator to be able to see all of their patient base in a quick view of their biometrics, and then if they have any alerts or SOS issues or something they need to get a hold of that person, they can see it on their page. Basically, this is set up in a priority where the highest priority patient in need is in the upper left. And then from there, the priority goes all the way down. So you could have 15,000 patients in your population, but you're only going to see those who have high priorities at the top. You can scroll and search as you do everything else that is web-based. Then our billing company, basically what we're going to be doing is contracting with employer-based health plans and corporate wellness programs. And they're going to have the employee who has a wellness or medical need, and then they are going to go see their doctor, just like normal, basic doctor visit or health consultant visits. And then if that doctor determines there's a need for the use of the Helo, they will write an order and they will send that over to Lifelog Health. Lifelog Health will then bill the insurance company or the health plan or the wellness program. They will pay Lifelog Health. Then we will provide the Helo to the employee/patient. We will continue to bill the insurance company the monthly service fee that is required by World to share the data from the Helo to the doctor, okay, or through the We Care plan. So this is how we'll be setting up the DME billing company. Then, of course, we also have the Helo App Store that enables everybody to go into the App Store and be able to find other applications that have been designed and developed to use Helo data, but in different use cases. So all these services help World Global Network distributors sell more Helos into healthcare to the benefit of the ultimate Helo wearer. Through these managed services, we have a pathway to what I believe is the ability to sell millions of Helos through these more corporate business-to-business deals. Also, we've designed some additional commissions for those World Global Network distributors through Lifelog. So if you bring us a healthcare deal and that healthcare organization ends up buying our platforms to enable them to use the Helo, then we pay commissions for you for doing that. And we'll talk more in depth about that in another presentation. But the way that works is you're the World Global Network distributor, and then you make an introduction into a healthcare organization and you help us close it. So we don't want you to just make the introduction and leave. You have to be there to help us close it. And then we develop a relationship with that healthcare organization as a consultant and managed services company. We help them design their programs and what offerings that they want to be able to provide their patient base or their members. And then we bill them for that, and then they pay Lifelog Health for those services and products. And that includes the Helo. So whatever number of Helos we're going to be acquiring for them, as well as the monthly service fee, okay? So what we'll do is we'll pay World through your distributor account for all of those Helos, as well as the monthly service, so that your personal World Global Network distributor account gets credit for that. You get the commissions, and your upline gets their bonuses, okay? World delivers the Helos to Lifelog Health, and then we deliver those Helos and the services to the healthcare customer, okay? Then World Global Network pays you your commissions, both you and your upline, commissions based upon those sales and then the subsequent monthly service fees, okay? So everything is normal through the World Global Network commission structure. We're just acquiring higher volumes of Helos directly from World, and your account is being credited for that, okay? So we're not going around any of the network marketing or anything like that. Now, if you have contracted with Lifelog Health in order to receive commissions on services we sell to those healthcare organizations, and then we'll pay you what we pay all sales consultants from Lifelog Health for those services and or those applications that they're paying us for, okay? So that's how that works. Lifelog Health trains any and all World Global Network associates on how to sell healthcare organizations the benefits of using the Helo LX in their care management program, while we also stress the building of your personal World Global Network business via network marketing. So we don't want to distract you from building your organization. We just want to enable you the ability to go sell in healthcare, because we need the groundswell of network marketing and individuals taking the Helo to their healthcare providers, as well as we need massive acquisition of the Helos for healthcare coordination programs, chronic care management programs, and wellness programs through the healthcare organizations, okay? So, but we also want to enable you to go to your personal physician, your personal pharmacist, your personal therapist, and trainers, and talk to them about the use of the Hilo. And then if they want to use our applications to help them better manage their member population, then that's great. So I'm going to run through these sales channels real quick. We've talked about these in depth in other presentations. But for those who don't know, there are 55 million people who are aging at home. So these are over 65, still living at home, but aging at home with the help of their family members for the most part, possibly some home care providers, okay? This is before they go to assisted living or nursing home. You know, you probably have seen the statistics for the opportunity for when we have the blood sugar capability of the Hilo, but basically in the United States alone, there are 29 million diabetics. And one of the biggest opportunities we have is that there are 100 million more people in the United States that are pre-diabetic. And these are the people who do not want to become diabetic. So you should be trying to find out who they are. And the only way you can really do that is by talking to everybody. Tell them what the Hilo can do and let them determine how they might be able to best use the Hilo. Okay? Same thing with those in high blood. 1 out of every 3 adults in the United States has high blood pressure. They might not be diagnosed with high blood pressure, but they have high blood pressure. Okay? We also have been targeting the truck drivers or commercial transportation industry. You know, 15 million truck drivers out there. It's a huge opportunity for us. And then, as everybody knows, via the World Global Network videos about the Hilo and its SOS function, we can really use this to help protect our children. Now, sales channel 2, this is what we call the C to B. And so this is you as an individual salesperson selling to a business. And in your local area, well, here in the United States, there are over 12,300 independent home care agencies. So that means there's probably a good 10 in all the larger cities and at least 3 in even the smaller towns of independent home agencies who are caring for those people who are aging at home. So look for them. We talked about that more in depth in another presentation, but that's a great target to go after. And then, you know, in healthcare, there's been a great deal of acquisition of physician practices by hospitals and health plans, but there are still 120,000 independent primary care physicians out there. And this is your family physician, your pediatrician, your GYN, doctors for your women's health, and they're still out there. They're not owned by the hospitals, and they can make their own business decisions for their practice. So there's a good target there. There are 23,000 independent local pharmacies across the country. These are not your Rite Aids, your CVS's, or your Walgreens. This is your local street corner pharmacy that's owned probably by the pharmacist who's behind the counter. And if you go to any independent local pharmacies, that's great because it's great business, a high quality of customer service, and they are always looking for opportunities to generate new income and service their customers. So go talk to them about the Hilo. And then the wellness programs. Basically, almost every employer these days has some level of a wellness program in their benefits for their employees. So you should go talk to your HR director of all of the employers in your town and just ask them if they have a wellness program and if they would be able to adopt the Hilo into that program like they probably already do with the Fitbit. So if they're already doing the Fitbit, then the door is wide open for you to pitch the use of the Hilo in a corporate wellness program. And then the sales channel number 3 we've defined is what we call the B2B. And this is really what Lifelog Health focuses on. We are going after the corporate home health companies, and these are the national companies that do home health. They bill the insurance companies. They provide nursing care in the home for everybody from pediatrics, children, all the way up to seniors who are needing care at home. Corporate, you know, it's going to be a long sales cycle, and this is a professional sales opportunity. Same thing with the hospitals. There are hospitals all across the country, as well as those physician practices that were acquired and now they're owned and operated by the hospital. So you should look for those practices to go after and or those health systems. The corporate pharmacy, this is where I was talking about the CVS, the Walgreens, the Rite Aid, Walmart, it falls in that category. All these national pharmacy companies that have a huge acquisition process in place in order to determine what new products they want to provide to their customers. So there's a long sales cycle there. Pharma, for those who don't know, pharma is the pharmaceutical company. So these are the companies that create the pharmaceuticals, the medications that you buy at the pharmacy, but they are doing a lot of direct-to-consumer marketing, and then they work heavily with the physicians who prescribe those drugs. So there's an opportunity to work with some of these companies on really more of the clinical research side of the business. So it's very complicated sale there. But anyway, Lifelog Health is enabling the ability for them to adopt the Hilo as well. And then we go after the big employers, go after the big national insurance companies like the Blue Cross plans, the Aetna, Cignas, United Healthcares, Kaisers of the world. And these are, of course, long sales cycles as well. They want to vet out the product to make sure it's useful in their care plans and their care coordination and their chronic care management programs. So, but we're going after this and promoting the Hilo into these types of programs as well. So currently, Lifelog Health itself, we are in the process of vetting out the Hilo within the 5 of the top health insurers, 25 of the largest TPAs for the self-insurers. So these are third-party administrators that manage employer self-insured plans across the country, which actually most people are covered by these types of plans as opposed to the top insurance companies. We also are in discussions with several national corporate wellness programs, chronic care management companies, national health advocacy companies. So basically what these companies do is they contract with employers to help their employees navigate the health benefits that their health plan provides, and then getting into the right health systems, doctors' offices, therapies, etc. And so they're looking at how they might be able to adopt the Hilo into their program model to help their employees and employers, okay? We're also talking with 3 medical universities who want to do some clinical research using the Hilo, and then many physician practices across the country, as well as 2 national pharmacy corporations. So we can't name them today, but basically if those work out and we're able to get World to support them, then we could see Hilos being offered in these national pharmacy corporations. So our number one focus is to be the primary onboarding engine of millions of Hilo users through healthcare sales by any World Global Network associate. So just keep that in mind. And we are leveraging the World Global Network infrastructure as a binary network marketing company. And so everything that we do will flow through the network marketing infrastructure that's already in place, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. The acquisition of the Hilos may be through World directly since they're going to be handling higher volume deals, but your account will get credited for that and your upline will get paid. So just as normal, paid on all 10 generations, okay? And the binary is 2 by 10. That's basically 1,024 accounts that you can get paid on through those 10 generations. So if you have any questions on all that, then get back with your upline so you can understand that better. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some money here in a second on how the cash flows between Lifelog Health and World Global Network. So I'm going to use World's income disclosure notice to be in compliance, the new rules. And basically this is saying that just like everything else in this world, you get paid on what you do and how you work and what you pull in and what you close, okay? So there's no guarantees. So read this on your pleasure, and we're going to move into an example revenue model. Basically, once you get the team developer, you're able to earn 20% net on sales volume from any direct sale. So basically, if you sell a 4-pack, which I really call a 5-pack because you get one free, sales volume on a 5 Hilo pack is $500. If you're getting 20% net sales for your commissions, that's $100, okay? On the monthly, 20% net monthly, the sales volume loyalty, it's $59 a month, but the sales volume is $30, so your 20% is going to be $6, and you multiply that by 12, you get $72 for the year. So I'm going to combine these and create on the sale of 1 Hilo pack of 5 for a year, the net total of a device in the year is $172. So basically, if you plan on selling one 5-pack in the year, you'll earn $172, okay? But we're not planning on selling one, right? So here's the example. So let's take one doctor group. They've got 5,000 patients. So you're going to sell 1,000 5-packs to them, okay? And you're going to generate in the first year for that sale $172 per 5-pack. That's a total of $172,000 that you could generate by selling 1,000 5-packs to one doctor group. And one doctor group at this, the average doctor has about 1,200 active patients, okay? So that one doctor group for the 5,000 is really only 4 or 5 doctors. So there's a lot of opportunity out there. Most practices are at least that, if not bigger, okay? So again, sell 1,000 5-packs to one small doctor group, earning $172 per 5-pack. That's $172,000 for one doctor group, okay? And as you know, here's the World Global Network bonus commission structure, and what this is where your upline generates their bonuses from your sales, okay? So now we calculate that in, and this is what it looks like. So we've broken out the 1,000 5-packs at $172, generation 10 at 10%, $17,000, and that goes on all the way up to generation 1, where you're earning off of that sale 1%, or $1,389. That totals out to be an additional $67,146 on top of the $172,000. So that looks like this. You and your upline from that one doctor group could possibly earn $219,146. Okay, so that's the example. Just keep that in mind. Now, commissions that could flow from Lifelog Health, let's say that doctor's practice actually had 10 doctors, just to make the math easier. We sell the Mint platform that would enable them to capture that Helo data into their practice electronic medical record. We sell that at $85 per provider per month, or per doctor per month, okay? So if there's 10 doctors in that practice, we're making $850 a month from that practice. And you, as a contracted sales consultant for Lifelog Health selling Helos in the practice, you would generate a 5% commission from that. That would be $42.50 a month, as long as they're on the Mint platform. So you add that with the money that you just made off of selling the Helos, and you're doing very well. So when you have the opportunity to sell the Helo to a physician's group, a hospital, health plan, employer, wellness program, a fitness center or sports center that requires enrolling thousands of members at a time, then Lifelog Health is here to help you do that. With World and Lifelog Health together, then you have a pathway to sell thousands of Helos at a time. And again, just to be straight up, we comply with and leverage the World Global Network mechanism so that everyone maximizes their commissions. We're not going around anybody. Everybody, whoever brings the deal to Lifelog Health, when we acquire those Helos, we're acquiring them through your World Global Network account so that you get those commissions and your upline gets their bonuses. Now, I'm actually going to start talking to you about why I feel Lifelog Health and healthcare in general needs network marketing. I want to repeat that. Why Lifelog Health needs the network marketing engine of World Global Network. Within a year of launch, World has sold over 300,000 Helos within the last 10 months. And just here in North America, we have approximately 20,000 World Global Network distributors. So if you've ever seen a wave coming, especially a big, massive wave, the wave gets its water not just from behind, but from in front of it. And so a groundswell is when the wave grows so huge that it pulls all the water away from the beach, showing the ground, and builds up that wave to where it's huge when it's coming back in, okay? So that's the groundswell. So in network marketing, I call this the groundswell. So you've got all the network marketing folks and you're building your business, and we're going from 1 to 300,000 reps around the world in less than 9 months. We're talking a huge groundswell of opportunities of Helo users to go to talk to healthcare about adopting the Helo. And so let's just see what that looks like in healthcare. Here's an example of a typical town health system. And you've got your network marketing people building the organization inside that town. And we're educating each Helo user to go show their doctor their Helo and ask them to adopt their Helo data in their care decision making. So what does that do? Not only does it promote the use of the Helo, but because of the network marketing engine, which gives every Helo user the ability to generate money from selling Helos, now we're creating what we're calling patient engagement. So one of the biggest problems with healthcare today in making things efficient and changing healthcare is that we don't really have a great mechanism to change patient behavior, except for doctors beating their patients over their heads. And I'm just joking there. But basically, there's no way a health plan, an employer, the government, or anybody can pay people to truly be engaged in their own healthcare. They can motivate them through healthcare decisions, but they can't pay them to be healthy. But because network marketing enables each Helo user to generate at least 10% commissions off of selling a Helo, now we have a financial motivation on top of our health benefits of using the Helo to wear a Helo, engage with our data, make sure our data is up to date, and making sure what we see in our Helo data we understand about our health, so that when we run into somebody who's interested in the Helo, we can talk to them about how we use our data to help manage our health and communicate that with our doctors. And the only way that you're going to earn that 10% commission is if you can speak to that person who's going to buy that Helo. That creates a financial motivation for you to wear your Helo and use your Helo app and share your data and knowledge with your doctor and then your friends, family, and prospects, okay? This is how we are really changing healthcare. And this is my personal motivation and why I created Lifelog Health, was because I see the Helo, the network marketing engine, and then our ability to sell into corporate healthcare, then we are really going to be changing healthcare. And we can say that in all of our promotional materials. So just to sign off, I wanted to let you know, when you have a healthcare deal needing help to close, just reach out to me, 706-383-3776, or send me an email at drj@lifeloghealth.com.